Okay, I'm ready to create an outline of key points for a story about a struggling artist who receives encouragement from JFK and goes on to create a culturally impactful work. Here's the outline. The year is 1962. Anya Petrova lives in a tiny apartment in Boston, the kind where you can hear the neighbors arguing and smell what everyone's cooking. Her world is a kaleidoscope of paint splatters, canvases stacked against the walls, and the ever-present scent of turpentine. But Anya isn't happy. She's a painter, a talented one, but her spirit is slowly being crushed by the weight of rejection. Anya's art is different. Bold. Unconventional. It's not the pretty landscapes or portraits that galleries seem to want. Anya paints feelings, raw emotions that pulse with life. She uses colors that clash and blend in unexpected ways, creating images that make people think, even if they don't always understand. But different doesn't pay the rent. Landlords aren't interested in abstract expressionism. Groceries don't materialize from artistic passion. The constant struggle to make ends meet, coupled with the sting of constant rejection, is starting to wear her down. The vibrant colors in her paintings are starting to feel like a cruel joke, a reminder of the joy she can't quite grasp. The stack of rejection letters grew taller each week, a monument to Anya's perceived failure. Each one was a tiny paper cut to her soul. She reread them sometimes, searching for some clue, some hint of why her work wasn't connecting. Too abstract, one said. Lacks commercial appeal, another declared. Interesting, but not for us. Anya tried to adapt. She experimented with landscapes, still lives, even portraits. But her heart wasn't in it. The colors felt dull, the lines lifeless. She couldn't force herself to create something she didn't believe in. The paintings felt like hollow shells, devoid of the emotion that fueled her best work. One evening, after another gallery owner politely declined to represent her, Anya sat on her paint-splattered stool, staring at a blank canvas. The weight of her disappointment pressed down on her, heavy and suffocating. She felt like giving up. Maybe she wasn't meant to be an artist. Maybe she should find a real job, something that actually paid the bills. The thought was a bitter pill to swallow, but it was becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The joy she once found in painting was slowly being replaced by a gnawing sense of despair. The flyer was crumpled in Anya's hand. Local art fair, support emerging artists. It was a long shot, she knew. Another opportunity for her work to be overlooked, dismissed. But her friend, Sophia, had insisted. You have to try, Anya. You can't just give up. So, with a heavy heart, Anya signed up. She borrowed a rickety table from a neighbor and spent days carefully selecting the paintings she would display. She chose the ones that resonated most deeply with her, the ones that felt like pieces of her soul. The day of the art fair dawned gray and drizzly. Anya set up her stall in a quiet corner of the park, her paintings huddled together like colorful refugees. Other artists bustled around, arranging their displays with confidence. Anya watched them, feeling a familiar pang of inadequacy. Hours passed. People strolled by, glancing at her paintings with polite disinterest. Some stopped briefly, but quickly moved on. No one seemed to see what she was trying to express. The rain started to fall harder, and a chill settled over the park. Anya shivered not just from the cold, but from a deep, bone-weary discouragement. Maybe Sophia was wrong. Maybe she should just give up. As she began to pack up her things, a familiar voice called out. Those are quite remarkable, the voice said. Anya looked up, startled. Standing before her stall, holding a large black umbrella, was Senator John F. Kennedy. He was even more charismatic in person than he was on television. His eyes, a piercing blue, held a genuine warmth as they scanned her paintings. Anya stammered, completely flustered. As Senator Kennedy? I didn't expect. He smiled, a reassuring gesture that put her slightly at ease. Please call me Jack. I try to visit these local events whenever I can. It's important to support the arts, especially the emerging talent. He gestured to one of her more abstract pieces, a swirl of vibrant colors that represented, for Anya, the feeling of hope. This one in particular, it speaks to me. It's unlike anything I've seen today. He stepped closer, examining the brushstrokes, the way the colors blended and clashed. The small crowd that had been ignoring Anya's stall suddenly took notice. Whispers rippled through the air. Is that? It is! Senator Kennedy! Anya, still stunned, could only manage a weak, "Thank you, sir." Jack! Her heart pounded in her chest. It was like a dream. Had someone finally seen something worthwhile in her art? And that someone was John F. Kennedy? Jack Kennedy pointed to another painting, a dark and brooding piece filled with swirling grays and blacks, punctuated by flashes of crimson. This one, it's pain, isn't it? Raw and unfiltered. You're not afraid to show the world the difficult emotions, the things that others try to hide. Anya nodded, surprised by his perception. It's how I feel sometimes. Like the world is a heavy place. The world is a heavy place, Anya, he said, his voice softening. But it's also filled with beauty, with hope, with moments of extraordinary grace. And it's the artist's job to capture both, to show us the full spectrum of human experience. He paused, his gaze intense. You have a gift, Anya. A rare gift. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let the naysayers and the critics silence your voice. He saw past the surface, past the unconventional style that had alienated so many others. He saw the heart, the passion, the vulnerability that she poured into her work. He saw the potential for greatness. And in that moment, Anya felt a flicker of hope ignite within her, a spark that had been dangerously close to extinguishing. He validated the feelings that she had about her work, giving her the confidence boost that she desperately needed. Why do you paint, Anya? Kennedy asked, his voice drawing her back from her thoughts. The small crowd surrounding them seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them in their own private world. Anya hesitated, unsure how to articulate the driving force behind her art. I don't know exactly. It's like the colors are inside me, pushing to get out. Like I have to paint, or I'll explode. Kennedy nodded understandingly. It's a compulsion, then. A need to express something that words can't capture. He paused, considering. Art is vital, Anya. It reflects our society, our values, our hopes, and our fears. It challenges us to think differently, to see the world in new ways. And in times like these, he added, his tone turning more serious, alluding to the Cold War tensions, we need art more than ever. We need reminders of our shared humanity. He wants to emphasize that what Anya is doing is worthwhile, even if she feels like it isn't. His words resonated deeply within Anya. It was more than just encouragement, it was validation of her purpose. He understood the importance of art, not just as decoration or entertainment, but as a powerful tool for communication and understanding. He sees that she has the potential to do this, and makes sure that she knows it. The world will try to tell you who to be, Anya, Kennedy continued, his voice low and sincere. It will try to box you in, to make you conform. But you must resist that. You must stay true to your vision, even when it's difficult, especially when it's difficult. The greatest artists are the ones who dare to be different, who dare to challenge the status quo. He smiled again, a flash of genuine warmth. Don't paint what people want to see, Anya. Paint what you need to paint. Paint what burns inside you. That's the only way to create something truly meaningful, something that will last. He paused, glancing at the gathering crowd. I have to be going now. But I want you to remember this, Anya Petrova, your art matters. Your voice matters. Don't ever let anyone silence it. He extended his hand, and Anya shook it, his grip firm and reassuring. It was the grip of a man who believed in what he said, a man who understood the power of art and the importance of supporting those who created it. With a final nod, Kennedy turned and walked away, his black umbrella disappearing into the crowd. Anya stood there, stunned, her heart filled with a newfound sense of purpose. The rain had stopped, and a ray of sunshine broke through the clouds, illuminating her paintings with a golden light. Before turning to leave, Kennedy paused, a thoughtful expression on his face. You know, Anya, he said, lowering his voice slightly, it's not just artists who face criticism. Politics can be just as brutal. When I first ran for Congress, people said I was too young, too inexperienced, too idealistic. He chuckled softly. They said I didn't have the grit, the toughness to survive in Washington. They underestimated me, just like they're underestimating you. There will always be people who doubt you, who try to tear you down. But you can't let them define you. He looked directly into her eyes, his gaze intense. Trust your instincts, Anya. Listen to your heart. That's the only way to navigate the noise and the negativity. There will be times when you question yourself, when you wonder if you're on the right path. But in those moments, remember why you started. Remember what you believe in. He added, with a touch of wry humor. And remember that even presidents get bad reviews sometimes. It comes with the territory. He's trying to relate to her so that she knows that she isn't alone. Anya practically floated back to her apartment. Kennedy's words echoed in her mind, a powerful mantra against the years of doubt and rejection. She ripped the dust cover off her largest canvas, a daunting expanse of white that had intimidated her for months. Tonight, it didn't seem so scary. She squeezed dollops of paint onto her palette, vibrant blues, fiery reds, deep purples, and earthy browns. Colors she hadn't dared to use in a while, colors that represented the full spectrum of her emotions. She grabbed her widest brush and, without hesitation, plunged it into the crimson paint. She attacked the canvas with a fervor she hadn't felt in years. The brushstrokes were bold and confident, each one a defiant act against the voices that had tried to silence her. She wasn't painting for galleries or critics or anyone else. She was painting for herself, painting what burned inside her, painting the world as she saw it, a world of pain and beauty, of hope and despair, of darkness and light. The painting became a physical manifestation of her renewed spirit, a testament to the power of encouragement and the importance of staying true to one's vision. She worked late into the night, fueled by adrenaline and a burning desire to create something truly extraordinary. Days turned into weeks as Anya worked tirelessly on the painting. She lost track of time, forgetting to eat, barely sleeping. The studio became her entire world, the canvas her only companion. She experimented with new techniques, layering colors, scraping them away, adding textures, creating a rich and complex surface that mirrored the complexities of her own emotions. She channeled everything into the painting, her joy, her pain, her hope, her fear, her anger, her love. JFK's words echoed in her mind, urging her to be bold, to be honest, to be true to herself. She wasn't just painting a picture, she was telling a story about resilience, about the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. The abstract forms on the canvas began to take on a life of their own. Swirling vortexes of color represented the chaos and uncertainty of the world. Jagged lines of black symbolized the pain and suffering she had endured. But amidst the darkness, there were also bursts of light, vibrant yellows and oranges that represented hope and optimism, delicate blues and greens that symbolized peace and tranquility. The painting was a battlefield of emotions, a visual representation of the ongoing struggle between darkness and light within the human soul. Finally, the day arrived when Anya knew the painting was complete. She stepped back, exhausted but exhilarated, and gazed at the canvas. It was a riot of color and texture, a swirling vortex of emotions that seemed to pulse with life. The painting was more than just a work of art, it was a reflection of her soul, a testament to her resilience, and a powerful expression of hope in the face of adversity. She titled it, Beacon. It captured the feeling of finding light in darkness. The painting was an ambitious work. The darkness was still there, swirling around the edges, but it was no longer dominant. The vibrant colors of hope and resilience had pushed through, creating a beacon of light that radiated from the center of the canvas. It was a masterpiece, the culmination of years of struggle, the realization of her artistic potential. It was everything JFK had encouraged her to create, something authentic and meaningful. Anya knew deep in her heart that this painting was different. It was more than just a pretty picture, it was a statement, a message to the world. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can still prevail. It was the best thing she had ever done. She knew she had to share it, even if it meant facing rejection again. The entry form for the National Arts Vanguard competition felt flimsy in Anya's trembling hands. It was a long shot, she knew. The competition was prestigious, attracting artists from all over the country, artists with established reputations and connections. But JFK's words still resonated within her, urging her to be bold, to take risks, to trust in her own abilities. With a deep breath, Anya carefully packaged Beacon for transport. She filled out the application, listing her name, her address, and a brief statement about her artistic vision. She hesitated over the section asking about previous awards and exhibitions. It was depressingly blank. She considered embellishing the truth, but decided against it. JFK had taught her the importance of authenticity. As she dropped the package off at the post office, a wave of anxiety washed over her. What if the judges hated it? What if they dismissed it as amateurish or pretentious? What if she was setting herself up for another crushing disappointment? But beneath the anxiety, there was also a flicker of hope, a belief that maybe, just maybe, this time would be different. She remembered the look in Kennedy's eyes, the genuine admiration he had shown for her work. That was enough to quiet the doubts, at least for now. The waiting began. The telegram arrived on a Tuesday morning, a small, official-looking envelope that sent Anya's heart racing. She tore it open with trembling hands. Congratulations! Beacon awarded first prize, National Arts Vanguard competition. Ceremony and exhibition opening next month. Details to follow. Anya stared at the words, unable to process them. She had won? Her painting, the one she had poured her heart and soul into, the one she had almost given up on, had actually won? A wave of disbelief washed over her, followed by an overwhelming surge of joy. She let out a whoop of delight that echoed through her small apartment. News of Anya's victory spread like wildfire. The local newspapers ran stories about the struggling artist who had defied the odds and achieved national recognition. Art critics raved about Beacon, praising its originality, its emotional depth, and its powerful message of hope. The painting became a sensation, attracting crowds of admirers who were drawn to its vibrant colors and its raw, unfiltered emotion. Galleries that had once rejected Anya were now clamoring to exhibit her work. Her life had been changed forever. She remembered Kennedy, and knew she needed to thank him. Anya's artistic career exploded. Galleries and museums, once indifferent to her unique style, now eagerly sought to showcase her work. Solo exhibitions were mounted in New York, Paris, and London, each one drawing critical acclaim and enthusiastic crowds. Beacon became an iconic image, reproduced on posters, postcards, and art books, its message of hope and resilience resonating with people around the world. But Anya's influence extended beyond her own paintings. Her bold use of color, her fearless experimentation with abstract forms, and her unwavering commitment to expressing her emotions inspired a new generation of artists. A movement began, characterized by its raw emotion, its rejection of traditional artistic conventions, and its celebration of individual expression. Anya became its leading figure, a mentor and inspiration to countless young artists who dared to challenge the status quo. She never forgot JFK's kindness. She tried to reach out to him, to thank him personally for his encouragement, but his schedule was always packed. She knew, though, that he was aware of her success. She hoped that he knew how much his words had meant to her, how much they had changed her life. She wanted to share her success with him. Years later, Anya, now a celebrated artist with a retrospective exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, stood before Beacon, a single spotlight illuminating its vibrant colors. The room buzzed with admirers, critics, and fellow artists, all captivated by the power of her masterpiece. But Anya's mind drifted back to that rainy day at the art fair, to the moment when John F. Kennedy had stopped at her stall and seen something in her work that no one else had. She knew that without his encouragement, without his belief in her vision, she would never have created Beacon. She would have given up, succumbed to the doubt and negativity that had threatened to consume her. He gave her the strength to continue. A bittersweet smile touched her lips. She had never had the chance to thank him properly. The world had lost him too soon. She thought of the speech he never got to give in Dallas. All of his ideas. But she knew that his spirit lived on, not only in her art but in the countless artists she had inspired, in the new movement that had transformed the art world. His belief in the power of art to change the world had become her mission, her legacy. It was a way to keep his memory alive. Driven by a desire to pay forward the kindness she had received, Anya established the Beacon Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting emerging artists. The foundation provided grants, studio space, and mentorship opportunities to young artists who, like Anya, were struggling to find their voice and gain recognition. She personally reviewed applications, searching for artists with a unique vision, a passion for their craft, and a willingness to take risks. She remembered her own struggles, the sting of rejection, the moments of self-doubt. She wanted to create a nurturing environment where artists could thrive, free from the pressures of commercial success and the fear of criticism. The Beacon Foundation became a beacon of hope for countless aspiring artists, launching the careers of some of the most innovative and influential artists of their generation. Anya often attended their exhibitions, offering encouragement and guidance, just as JFK had done for her. She saw his spirit reflected in their work, in their fearless experimentation, and in their unwavering commitment to expressing their authentic selves. She was creating a legacy that would last. The torch had been passed. Beacon transcended its status as a mere painting. It became a cultural icon, a symbol of hope, resilience, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. Its image adorned album covers, inspired fashion designs, and served as a backdrop for political rallies. Its message resonated through generations, inspiring countless individuals to pursue their dreams, to challenge injustice, and to never give up on hope. Art historians recognized Beacon as a pivotal work, marking a turning point in the history of art, a moment when artists began to embrace raw emotion and personal expression over traditional artistic conventions. It was studied in classrooms, analyzed in scholarly journals, and celebrated in museums around the world. Anya's legacy extended far beyond her own lifetime. Her art, her foundation, and her unwavering belief in the power of human creativity continued to inspire and uplift generations to come. And it all began with a chance encounter on a rainy day, with the words of encouragement from a visionary leader who believed in the power of art to change the world. The painting had an amazing impact. The end.